The planet we're talking about now is TEPES-1c. It is a mainly rocky exoplanet orbiting around the optical dwarf star TEPES-1, located 40.7 light years away from Earth in the constellation Aquarius. It is the third most massive and third largest planet of the system, with about 131% the mass and 110% the radius of Earth. Its density indicates a primary rocky composition in observations by the James Webb Telescope announced in 2023 suggests it gets a thick CO2 atmosphere. However, this does not exclude a thick acidic oxygen-dominated atmosphere as is hypothesized to be common around red dwarf stars. So its radius, mass, and temperature. Um, First, we're gonna just say it was found by the Transit Hood, which enabled scientists to calculate its radius. Um, yeah, it's the third largest planet of the system, with a radius of 1.097 Earth. Radii is also the third most massive of the system, with a mass of 1.308 Earth mass, is slightly lower than that of the next most massive, which is 1G. Initial estimates suggest that TEPES-1c has a lower density, 4.89 grams per centimeter, and gravity 0.966 grams than Earth, consists with a rock-based composition and a thick Venus-like atmosphere. However, we find density estimate shows that the planet's density is similar to Earth. TEPES-1c atmosphere was expected to be large enough to raise its surface temperature far above the calculated 334.8 K, 143 Fahrenheit upper Earth temperature. However, in an observation of the secondary eclipse of TEPES-1c by the James Webb Telescope, announced in 2023, suggests it gets a thick CO2 atmosphere. However, this does not exclude a thick oxygen-dominated atmosphere, as it is hypothesized to be common around red dwarf stars, with a measured surface temperature of 380 K. In addition, the planet may be very geologically active due to tidal squeezing, similar to the moon Io, which is also 1b, which we talked about earlier, which happens to have a similar orbital period in eccentricity orbit. The orbit of this planet is close to its star. 1 year on the planet consists of a mere 2.42 days, 48 hours, a fraction as long as that of the solar system innermost planet, Mercury, at 176 days. The planet orbits at a distance of 0.0158 AUs, which is about 1.6% the distance between Earth and the Sun. I mean, this thing is tightly locked. It's completely fucked for life. It's, yeah. The planet weighs about 2.1 times the sunlight at Earth, more than Venus. I'm not gonna talk about the whole star, but it's definitely small. It's a cool red dwarf. The atmosphere combined transmission spectrum of this star rolls out a cloud-free hydrogen-dominated atmosphere for each planet, so they are unlikely to harbor an extended gas prior to James Webb Telescope observation. Other atmospheres found cloud-free water vapor atmosphere to a Venus-like atmosphere remain consistent with the future spectrum. In 2018, the composition of TEPES-1c was determined and has been found to be rock-based. The presence of an atmosphere could not be confirmed. An observation of the secondary eclipse of TEPES-1c by the James Webb Telescope announced in 2023 ruled out a thick carbon dioxide atmosphere like that of Venus. This is similar results to on the inner planet 1b announced earlier the same year, which suggests that it does not have a thick CO2 dominated atmosphere. In 2024, the transition spectrum of the planet had rolled out a hydrogen dominated atmosphere with three similar comforts in an atmosphere rich in water, ammonia, and carbon dioxide with a pressure of 1 bar when taken to account star determination. Here's a picture of it. Yeah. Well, anyway, it's hell. Unlike the hell life, that's just the way it is.